COVEY's 7 habits are presented through a progression of self-development stages, from being dependent and relying upon others to take care of us, through independence of making our own decisions and taking care of ourselves, onto interdependence in how we cooperate to achieve something with others. Habit 1. Be proactive. If you really want to improve your situation, work on the one thing which you have control. That is yourself. When things aren't going our way, we have a habit to blame our environment or others, which is a very reactive thing to do and never improves our situation. So let's say you worked really hard for a job promotion but didn't get it. Or maybe your job just sucks. So you blame your boss for holding you back or criticize your coworkers for making your job miserable. Don't waste your energy doing that, it won't help you. Sure, you may not always be able to control what happens to you, but you can always choose how you respond. A better response would be to learn new skills, increase your value by helping others, find a better job, or even start your own business. Once you stop being reactive to your situation and switch to being proactive, you're empowering yourself to begin improving your life. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Beginning with the end in mind can help you create the life you only dreamed of before. Your past doesn't have to define your future. Try to imagine 20 years from now, you're on the cover of Time magazine, sharing your life story to the world. What would you like it to say about you? Whether your end in mind is to win at world sports or to retire comfortably on a beach, by visualizing what you want in life, you can then make a plan and figure out steps in making it come true. Without that conscious effort though, you're going to leave it to other people and circumstances to shape you and your life. And in doing that, you'll never likely get to where you truly want it to be. So, just like every time you get into a car, you have a clear goal. That is a destination in mind and a time frame, without which you're either coasting or lost. The same goes for your career and life if you let it. Having goals is essential to creating the life you want. Habit 3. Put first things first. Most of us spend a bunch of time on either what is urgent or easy, and not enough time on what is important. We fail to set correct priorities or stay disciplined. Life will always throw us problems, but we can't spend our time in crisis mode. It's a very reactive state to be in. This is sometimes unavoidable, but we should try to reduce them from happening. Okay, everyone likes relaxing, but that won't help us reach our full potential. It's very easy to waste time these days, and 20 years from now, you're not going to remember your best day in front of TV. Have fun, you guys, but keep it in check. Now, distractions are everywhere, and we even seek them out when bored. We also have a habit of falling back on quick and easy tasks because it makes us feel busy and productive. We can't always avoid this, but don't be deceived that it holds much value in the long run. Instead, focus most of your time and effort on what is truly important. Then you can increase the quality of your life. This is where you get to grow, create value for yourself and others, and establish success and balance in your work and life. Habit 4. Think win-win. At its core, thinking win-win is all about having an abundance mentality, but doing so with integrity and maturity. Two people can see the same thing, disagree, and yet both be right. It's not logical, it's psychological. If we looked at winning in terms of someone else failing, that is, if I win you lose, or if you win I lose, life becomes a zero-sum game. It's far better to think about the other person's needs and not base our self-worth on comparisons and competition. Let's say you release something amazing online and it gets shared around the world. You obviously benefit from that, as do the people that liked your work, and other creators of similar content also benefit by association, and on goes the cycle of win-win. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply. We decide what the other person means before they even finish communicating. That's because we filter what we hear through our own experiences, which triggers predisposed responses such as to agree or disagree, to ask for more information, to attempt to solve the problem, or even to question the motive. Now let's say you have this great idea for a project at work. You pitch it to your boss, but he reacts slightly confused and less enthusiastic than you hoped. This is probably because you failed to find out what the needs are and how that can help him. Seeking first to understand before being understood is critical to any relationship. Habit 6. Synergize. Synergy is a universal law for growth in life. It's all around us. If you put some pieces of wood together, they will hold much more than the total weight held by each separately. Synergy creates a better highway to achieve something. No matter how much you know, everyone has different strengths they can bring to the table. Synergy lets us discover things we are much less likely to discover by ourselves. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak had amazing synergy and ultimately changed the way we do things, from how we communicate to how we play and much, much more. As they say, if you want to go somewhere fast, go it alone. If you want to go far, go together. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. Sharpening the saw keeps you fresh so you can continue to practice the other 6 habits. You increase your capacity to produce and handle the challenges around you. This habitual renewal is essential to being effective. When we look after our bodies and minds, we feel better, have more energy, and become stronger physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. But when we stop doing these things, we become unhealthier and weaker over time. If you really want to create growth and change in your life, follow your passions, never stop learning, and put knowledge into action. If you want to be happier and more successful, practice the 7 habits.